Nah, bro, you can't skip over all these plaques, bro.
Do you know what, bruv? I knew it. I knew it was a good idea to bring my camera today. Something told me, just make sure you bring your camera and film today. And I'm like, why?
This is Oxford Circuit.
We got to get the cinematics.
Where are you coming from? I went to get... I actually just got my ears cleaned, bro.
What's that?
My ears cleaned.
Oh, really?
Bro, it was
crazy.
Yeah, no, I'm not going to NHS for that, bro. That's crazy. Like,
There was that much build up.
and when they pulled the stuff out, bro, I'm like, let's jump in. Let's see the studio, bro. Oh my. Ooh, this is a true engineer. He's got spare NS10s.
Yeah, I've actually got spares of spares. I've got a couple of pairs here and a couple of pairs.
This is crazy. This room's so much big. The camera doesn't justify. It doesn't show how big the room is.
I think it's also my camera work. But yeah, it's a big room. I've basically just hooked everything up because I'm in the middle of like 3 albums.
Oh wow.
So I have to work. I've just had the acoustician came in like 2 days ago.
Yeah.
And tested the room and got it all done. So we won't be done until probably January.
What are they going to build extra stuff on the walls or just panel?
He literally just sent me through all the plans.
Really?
Of where we're putting everything. He just positioned the speakers. He came in yesterday.
Yeah.
Said put them there for now.
Who was it you used?
Nick Whittaker.
Okay.
He's amazing. He's done a lot of rooms in here. He's done a lot of rooms I've used in the past actually, and he's surprisingly cheap.
What's surprisingly cheap?
Well, no, honestly. So basically, around here is the best sort of seating position.
Yeah.
And then here is like being in the club.
That's good then.
It's incredible.
Yeah, that's nice.
For all I care about is clients because I can deal with nonsense.
Yeah.
When the A&Rs and the clients come in, they got to feel excited. Obviously, these are not. I want the NS10s up, but for now,
you'll be blocking.
Yeah, and also the desk has to move this way. It has to move that way. We've got so much to do.
Goodness me.
And then also what I've done. So the first week I was piped through all my stuff.
Yeah.
And then because I've had clients coming in and out. And they want to use it, and then I leave. Like one of the albums I'm mixing for an artist, IMDb, she has been coming in and doing writing in here.
Oh wow!
So I can't have all my. So I've literally just plugged this in.
Yeah.
The speakers are going through this. So I was just like, you know what? I'm just going to be mixing in the box through that for this week. These converters are incredible.
Do you know what? Never tried it.
They're so good.
I've never tried it.
Yeah.
But for the price, it's not the cheapest, so...
Well, £800. But you know what? I think it's quite good value for money because £800 I paid for this.
But it's got the mic pre's in it as well.
You get 2 mic pre's.
And insert points as well.
Super clean. You got insert points if you want to put a compressor on there.
Yeah.
Only 1 pair of speakers. I wish if only it had two sets of speakers.
Yeah.
And then also USB connectivity.
Yeah.
No software.
Yeah.
It's brilliant. And if you lift it up, it's so beautifully made.
I can see you're struggling to even pick that up with one hand.
Yeah, it's just so beautifully made. The headphone amp is okay.
What are you using headphone-wise?
So headphone amp-wise, I've got 2 different... At home, I've got RME ADI Pro 2, which is basically my main headphone amp if I'm mixing.
I had one of those, actually.
Oh, really?
I know the little one that...
little one.
It's not like a full rack, it's like half.
No, half rack,
I had
black.
it for the headphone thing. I heard it was the best.
So, I'm using a pair of these heads, and I've got a second pair of the head. Shout out to Head, because they always hook me up.
I'm actually looking forward to hearing them. I've never heard them.
They're incredible. They're super close to these. Maybe not these ATCs, but 25s. If you're using 25s, which a lot of people are, these are really similar. And then I've got the SPL Phonitors. I'll be honest with you, I'm running out of rack space.
Yeah. Wait, what do you mean you're running out of rack space? There's bare space in that rack.
This is not going to be my rack. No, this is just here. This is how I carry everything to and from studios, basically.
Oh, right.
So I just haven't bothered to... Because my tape machine is actually going to be over here. This is going to be moving to the back. And yeah, it's...
I think this might be... No. I was going to say it's the first one I've seen in person, but Metropolis have loads of them just lying around over there.
Metropolis have a couple.
But this is... You use that, right?
Yeah. I mean, essentially to print mixes. It's
really?
Like, yeah, that's it. It's kind of like... I had an old studio at my last studio, a 24-track studio. Massive machine. Like about that tall, like about that wide.
Yeah.
Monster. And I'd agreed to buy it, and I was going to bring it here with me. And I did one record with it, and I realised, like, it's overkill.
Yeah.
Because I'm mixing, and even all my analog, it's just an expensive mix bus, really.
Yeah.
So I'm mixing in the box essentially, and all I'm using tape for is a bit of flavour. Just go to it, and I just thought, I just need to get a really nice 2-track machine.
Yeah.
And that's the best. That is the best 2-track machine you can get. So it's kind of like,
how's the maintenance on that thing though?
It's just been refurbed.
Okay.
And it hasn't given me any problems so far. It's working beautifully. So yeah, I'll let you know.
Well, bro, whilst we're here, bro, we might as well get this bit out of the way, then we can geek out.
Yeah.
Just take me through, bro. We could go from right to left.
Yeah, of course. I wish I had all my gear here, man.
You got more?
I'm not. Yeah, because I've got the curve bender, which I'm not selling now.
Yeah, bro.
So
when you said you was going to sell that, I was like, that's mad.
Yeah, let's go through the gear and I'll explain it. Like, obviously, NS10s are probably for me the most important thing in the room.
Wow.
Not fashionable.
Yeah.
No one uses them anymore. But I've grown up using them.
And let's not hide these number ones on top of the thing, bro. Come on. Jeez.
Like, I mean, when you've been doing this for as long as I have, you better have some of these. So it's not really a flex. Like,
got you.
But the NS10s I've been using for years. I'm so used to the sound of it. And also, they are very accurate. And what I found about NS10s, and it's the same with like these Angry boxes, which I've got off of your recommendation, I should say.
Oh, safe.
Monitors like them, you can have them really close and you can kind of like counteract any bad rooms.
Yeah.
It's kind of like having a pair of headphones.
Yeah.
That's why I always have NS10s.
Yeah.
And the mid-range is so true on them, and a lot of stuff I do is vocal based. And when I'm in vocals, I don't want to be in a pair of bigs. I don't want to be in a pair of posh monitors. I want to hear exactly what that mid-range is doing. Those things have never failed.
Yeah.
So it's them, and I'm running them, if you look behind, not the fan, but I'm running them with a Bryston.
Of course. And I was talking to someone about this the other day.
Behind there, by the way.
Someone was saying, like, because they were like, oh, the Angry boxes are so expensive. You could literally get NS10s for cheaper. And they sent me a picture of NS10s. I was like, bro, every pro is using NS10s with a Bryston.
The problem is, yeah. So that's the thing. A lot of people, you'll get it twisted. NS10s, yeah. You can pick up a pair for like £300-400.
Yeah.
You got to spend £2,000 on an amp.
Exactly.
Because you can't put a Denon with them and help you.
100%.
It'll be a mess. So yeah, running NS10s is going to run you into $2,000 or $3,000.
Literally.
It's not like, so in fact, price wise, you're better off getting a Grok box or one of, something like this. In fact, like, I love these. I'm not going right to left, but because of they've got this option. They've got that option.
Honestly.
And so I'm probably on the
yellow.
The yellow option.
Same.
And they're brilliant.
Same. Because it's not the same as the curve of the Avantone or the Orotone.
It's not. They're very different, man.
Yeah.
Because I've got some Avantones.
Yeah. And
I do like those as well. These are different. I expected them to be the same, but I appreciate the curve because they're kind of like my NS10s. They're different, but they give me the same feeling. Yeah. And obviously they're so different from these, which are just like
I can't wait to
massive
hear,
headphones. Bro. Yeah, we'll play some bits through them.
Yeah.
So yeah, NS10's massively important. The ATR, I wouldn't say it's
this store's great, by the way, bro. That's what this chair is.
For the
this big John Lewis thing, bruv. I see this on the website. Yeah. It's a serious chair.
It's like a fake Dean's chair. Chairs are really important. So the tape machine is not something that's essential, but I've always worked with tape. And so I went through a period where I didn't work with any tape, and I was using tape plugins, and they were kind of doing what I needed tape to do, if you know what I mean. And it's crazy because I feel like I remember when Slate released the VTM, I think it was called.
What's that?
They've got like their tape plugin. I think it's called the VTM.
Oh, yes. I haven't seen that in ages. It's like the kind of white interface one.
Back in the day, they released the VTM, and it's kind of like, this is like, that was the closest thing I'd heard to tape at that time. But it still didn't do that thing where if you drive any tape machine, it distorts quite heavily. Yeah. Push it. And it kind of didn't do that. And so I was kind of always thinking, I need, when I get some money, I need to get a tape machine. And then in the last year or two, the tape plugins have just been nailing it. Yeah. Like, honestly, the UAD version of that, I'll say to most producers, probably not much point buying a ATR because the new native UAD 102 is amazing. I'm trying not to swear because I know you're gonna.
Yeah, please don't.
But it's amazing. It's really good. In fact, I've always loved the UAD version, but when they brought the native version, they actually improved it. Other than all the other native UAD plugins, the ATR is a totally different plugin.
I had to check it out. Don't even use it.
So there's that. I love that machine. I'm always going to have it. it was this particular machine was owned by Paisley Park.
Who's Paisley Park? I'm not familiar with them.
Prince's studio.
Casual.
So
wait, so just to clarify, you're telling me that this actual tape machine, like Prince's stuff, would have been ran through this?
Yeah.
So you've got legacy in there, bro.
From what I was told, it was like Batman.
Wow.
1999. But
That's a piece of history.
Really know with these sorts of things, innit? You know, you could be just getting sold.
Yeah.
But yeah.
We'll choose to believe it.
Yeah. I choose to believe
It'll make you mix better.
But it sounds great, and it's been really good getting back to using tape and getting used to like how to load tape and stuff. It's like a very particular thing.
Yeah.
Like loading the tape. Like I've got a new assistant, and like I'm having to show him how to like load the tape, and it's such a weird thing because on this,
you need a YouTube channel, bro. You're really good at this.
How do you think?
No, it's really entertaining, bro. I'm locked in.
Basically, what you do is obviously you got to go around, and then you got to go over your heads, right? And then you got to wrap it round, okay?
Yeah.
And then you got to keep hold of it. So you got to keep hold of it, and then you twist it round. You got to see both of them going around, right? And then the weirdest thing that people can't get their heads around with tape is, as you're twisting it round, you got to get tension. Right, I've got to plug this in because it won't. You've got to let it sense tension.
Okay.
And teaching an assistant that, it's kind of like, because they think they're going to break it, but it's got to sense the tension. So you kind of have to give it a really quick jerk.
Oh, bro, this is so exciting watching this. No one's ever shown me this before.
See that?
Yeah.
So that now is tension. You have to hold down the stop button and give it a like jerk, and then it knows there's tension, and then I should be able to. Now, there we go. So that's set.
That's so much.
And then now I can do whatever I need to do and record and all that good stuff.
So how do you know?
It's a feeling. It took me like a year to like figure out the feeling.
So how much time is that in minutes or a second or what?
Well, there's actually an album on this. So
right now?
Yeah, there's an album on it right now.
So you send this off to someone who then...
You know what? I don't anymore. So you can print and send it off to a mastering engineer who has the capacity to master off of tape. But I'll print back into Pro Tools or print back into Logic.
How? There's just audio outputs on this?
Yes, there's output, record back in. So what I'll do is I'll send a mix from Logic out to that in real time, obviously, because you have to record.
Oh.
And then record back in. This is my knob going into it. So this dictates how hot I'm going to the tape machine.
Yeah.
And then I've got my controls going back into there.
This is going to sound like a silly question, but does it like run it in real time without printing to the tape, or every time you print a mix, even though you're recording it back in, does it also have to always record onto that? So you will eventually run out of space on this?
Yeah,
okay.
Essentially. And also, I mean, that tape's been used quite a bit.
How do you know if you're not recording over or...
Yeah, I mean, I am always recording over.
Interesting.
Because I don't use my tape. So some people use their tape to keep the tape.
Yeah.
I don't use my tape like that. I use my tape just to print.
So how many times can you run that cycle? And is there any degradation if you...
100% degradation. That's part of the problem with tape. So that's the thing about tape. Like, there's a space where it degrades to a point where it actually sounds really good.
Okay.
And then there's a point where it's like you've gone too far. Because obviously you're dealing with like particles.
Yeah.
So there's definitely degradation. You can't use tape forever. You can't store tape forever. It gets sticky and weird. So yeah, you kind of have a limited, finite amount of time. The other thing is, not all tape is created equally. 456 for me is the best tape. This is 456. There's a limited supply of 456 in the world. Oh, sorry. This company here.
Yeah.
I don't want to advertise anyone, but they're really good.
Come on, man. There's nothing wrong with advertising.
They're out in France.
Yeah.
So I've been buying RTM. I've been buying tape from them.
Yeah.
And they're really good. They're a new company that are making really high quality tape, but it is, it's something that, something that is limited.
Yeah.
So you have to, you have to take care of what you've got. But in this new world of AI and like fake stuff, I really value having real physical mediums as well as having the digital mediums. Do you know what I mean?
Honestly, that is the singly that's the main reason I started buying outboard gear again.
Yeah.
Because I had like a mad outboard chain and then I sold it all to go back in the box.
Well, we'll get there, won't we?
But the reason why I sold it was because of it was more convenient to be in the box. But what I've realized is, see, if we keep following this path of what's convenient, bro.
Yes.
The end destination of that is peak. Because the reality is, it's more convenient to use the AI music than to pay someone to make custom music for your advert. And I realized that actually not everything that's more convenient is actually good. So I was like, even though it inconveniences me, the sound quality is better, first and foremost, but just having that relationship with the old technology, I feel like it's my resistance.
It's art. We make art for the sake of making art. We don't make art because we just want to get it done.
Yeah.
You know, it's funny because my biggest hit I've ever had.
Sorry, can you hold a sec? I'm going to take my coat off.
Yeah, of course. It's quite warm in here.
Just hold this for me one sec.
Yeah, of course. So I got the camera now.
Yeah. Cool.
This is sick, man. I need to get myself one of these.
Honestly.
But yeah, my biggest hit record, personally,
with the Sunshine.
Sunshine, yeah.
That was your own record as well, right?
My own record. Well, it's not my biggest hit record, but my personal biggest hit.
Yeah.
That became a hit because I did an advert. And the only reason I did the advert is because they had been trying to copy the song for about a month.
Oh, wow.
And I believe, they might sue me if I say that, but I believe that.
I'll edit it out then.
No, you can keep it in there. Because they promised me a car and they still haven't given it to me.
What?
But I believe they'd been trying to get someone to do it. And they'd spent a bunch of money. And the reason why I believe that is because when they came to me to use Sunshine, they literally had 2 weeks before the advert was going out. And in fact, I physically had to do the advert. So I was editing the advert to the music. Like, that's how little time they had. So I was like, okay, you guys have been trying to patent this.
Yeah.
I've been able to patent it. Now you've had to come to me. If that was now, they would just go into some AI machine.
Yeah.
You know? And that's the worrying thing where it's like, I built a career off of something that might not even exist in 5 years. But that being said, I'm really heartened by a lot of the music I'm hearing and the way people are making music. Even this Rosalia record.
I was just about to say, you posted it up today.
I love that record. And even like the Lily Allen album, which a mate of mine did, and the way they did it, it was like, 10 people in a room, everyone writing, making music, playing instruments. Yeah, and listening to Dave, I feel like there's 3 records. Dave's record.
Chapter 16's mad.
It's incredible.
Bro.
This Rosalia record, and this Lily record, I feel like there's emotion running through all those albums that you just can't get via convenient AI. Anyway, I digress. Cranesong Head, for a long time that's been my main converter. I had my first #1 record with it in 2010 in Australia for a band called Sparkadia. It wasn't mine back then. It was owned by a studio about 20 minutes from here. It was a Trident room. They had Freddie Mercury's old Trident.
Goodness me.
And they were using this as their 2-track converter. And when that studio closed down, someone else bought it, and I moved into the building where that someone else was. And then when that someone else was moving, I said to them, "Can I take that converter?" And I bought it off them, and I've had it for years. Pretty much every record I've done has been through it. It's currently broken.
I know, and he's passed, so it's a bit with a difficult
Dave Hill,
one.
the guy created it's passed. And everyone I've called to fix it have all said, first of all, they've all said how much of a genius David Hill was, which is why they're scared to touch it. Because what makes it great, because as a converter, it's actually quite clean. But then you've got these digital processes, triode, pentode, and tape. I generally use the tape and a bit of the pentode, I think. So generally like around here. And that just makes my bottom end so full on this. Obviously, just got this from SX.
Shout out, Dale.
Shout out to Dale, who hooked me up with this. Dangerous. I was thinking about this anyway. Like it was something that was on the list. Yeah, and I've used loads of Dangerous stuff before. I've had the Liaison in the past. I've had the Dangerous Source as like my sort of controller, and I love them. So, and it looks cool as well, which is massively important to me.
How something looks.
I can't use a bit of gear that looks terrible. It has to have a look that's going to fit with my studio. Above that, this is a special piece that was pulled out of a desk in a French studio called OTRF. And so this desk was specially made for them. It's a one-of-one. I've also got the microphone that was made for that studio as well. It's not here. It's in another room in this building.
Unbelievable.
It's made by Neumann, a beautiful mic. But this basically was redesigned by a guy called Pom, who also is famous for making Fairchild remodels. But the EQ on this it's like essentially a mid-range EQ. It's just for vocals, but you've got the fader as well, and it sounds insane.
I love this old school looking stuff, man.
Pom is a great designer.
Okay.
So he's kind of made it more modern. The power supply is up here, by the way.
Wait, what? Bro.
That's a power supply for it. Yeah.
Bro, what's this like for you, bro?
looking at backs. It's part of the reason why I didn't get an SSL in here, man.
Yeah.
It's like, no, I'm not playing with all that power supply. Like, there's no way I can get the dimension and the sound that this gets in plugins. Like, I can approximate it. I can get there, but this does a little magical thing that it's kind of Fairchildy, I guess, where you can't. You know, it's pretty much priceless, I would say. This thing. And I'm so glad I got it. I got it for a really good price because I bought it off a friend, and he's stopped working now, so. He was kind of like, I don't want to sell it to someone. I'd rather you have it, sort of thing.
That's amazing.
Yeah, I'm really grateful for it. So above that, 1178, I love 76s. I've got no use for a 76 in and of itself because I don't do a lot of vocal recording. If I am going to do compression, I'll use like one side of my Phoenix or something like that, as opposed to having a dedicated compressor. So I just thought, you know, let me get a 78 because you kind of got a stereo 76, even though they're slightly different. I love the sound of 78s, especially for drums. It's been fully refurbished as well.
Who do you use to do your reverb stuff?
This was refurbed by Make Noise Pro Audio.
Oh, got a shout out. What, Sam Pemberton and them, man.
They also hooked me up with the Angry Boxes. I've got the amp coming tomorrow. Not the amp, the sub. Shout out to Make Noise Pro Audio. They're really good, man. They're good guys. Right, next is my pride and joy, man. The Terry CEQ, which I believe, personally, is one of the greatest EQs ever made. So I got my first Terry probably about 4 years ago. We're 2025 now. Yeah. So like 4 or 5 years ago. And I didn't plug it in for about 3 weeks because I had, again, when you've got so many projects, it's like, I don't want to be going around the back and plugging things in. So I had it on loan. It was on the desk. I had one of these come in on loan. I had the mastering EQ by Bettermaker. Yeah. So they were all just sitting on the desk. It's like, I'm going to test them at some point when I get the chance to. And I didn't test them. My assistant was in my room for a few days and he tested the Terry. He plugged everything in. Yeah. And he's really like anti-hardware. Yeah. Like, he's just like, why'd you bother? Sort of thing. And I get it for some people. It's like, he texted me and said, oh, I wasn't even thinking about the Terry. It was way out of my price range at the time. Yeah. But I thought, just for giggles, I'll get it in. I was thinking more about the Maag or the Bettermaker. So I texted him saying, how's the Bettermaker? He was like, yeah, it's all right, man. It's really good. This Terry, however, is very good. Yeah. Right? And he's a very understated person. For him to say something is very good. It's mad. It's equivalent of like someone gassing something up. Yeah. So I was like, oh, damn. And he was like, I wish I didn't plug it in, is what he said. Wow. So I was like, what's this guy talking about? So I get to the studio. It's already plugged in. So I strap it across my mix bus. It's like someone just like, it's like the song I was working on went from black and white to colour. Wow. Like, that's the only way I can explain it. That box is just beautiful. And there's a reason why every single mastering room has one. The other thing is Terry stopped making them now. Trump and his tariffs and stuff has made making something like this prohibitively expensive for Terry. This EQ, honestly, I remember the week I worked on it, I was working on a track with M&EK, and I did the stupidest thing. I put this on the mix. Oh no! And my God, the mix just got fat. It just got like 3D, just everything, right? You have to buy it at that point if you do that, bro. And the thing is, I had to give it back because it was on loan. Nah, bro, that's crazy. And I said to them, I'll buy one today, and they didn't have one. They were like, no, you got to wait like 6 months to get one. No. So my God, that 6 months, I was trying everything to replicate. Like I was getting an EQ, then putting distortion before it, and then trying to use like Spectre and trying to use all these things to try and approximate what this was doing. I couldn't do it. Yeah. And that was when I was like, I literally need it in my life. And I was getting depressed when I didn't have it because it's like there was a sound that I knew, but and then there was no other hardware EQ I could get to do it as well. It's crazy. Special box, man. It's like cheating. Yeah. It really is like cheating. But I love it. Sorry.
No, you're good. I could beep it.
Good. The other one here is the famous Maag EQ. Came from like a really incredible producer.
Who's that, bro?
Alex,
so wait, bro, this is funny, because
This is how we met.
This is how we met.
Yeah,
so
yeah.
like I said, let me come flip this round. So when I said I was out the box, right, and then I sold all my stuff, all my outboard
I
gear.
was one of the people.
That's how I met him. He was one of the people. But I was in the studio with Blinky.
That's right.
And then Blinky was like, bro, Teeks, wait, you have the house tune and you were
I was
both
a
doing
massive
that.
fan of Blinky, so I didn't know Blinky was going to be there. It was such a weird thing, and I'd been following him on Instagram, like messaging him. I'm like, oh, this guy's here. But then obviously we never met each other.
Proper, bro.
I never met you.
Yeah.
Obviously we knew each other.
So yeah, I sold this to him, man. And
Yeah.
you know what the joke is? This is kind of, it's in my basket
You're
again.
gonna buy one again.
It's in my basket again, bro.
I'll be honest, I've actually had 2 of these as well. I have sold one since,
Yeah.
and I regret it. I wish I got it back.
Wow.
And when we get to this side, I'll tell you why. So this EQ here, and both of these EQs, in fact, you know, I work with so many things, and you see a lot of gear, it's like 10 grand, and like these like boots, and they're not worth that money. This EQ was around 6 grand. Honestly, it's a 7 or 8 grand EQ.
I believe
For
that.
what it
Because that
does.
DW Fan EQ, everyone's raving about that. But that's 10 grand.
The DW phone is 10 grand, exactly. And if you compare it to that, this was, and I think that's why I stopped making them, because it's like, I'm only selling them for 6 grand, and it's like, you know, I'm going to have to make it like DW phone.
Yeah.
This also, well, when I bought it off you, they were like 1.5 to like 2 grand.
Yeah, they
now
were.
They've gone up.
They have.
Because, you know, America's gone crazy. That being said, this was always a 3.5, 4 grand EQ as far as what it gave me sonically.
Yeah.
The airband goes without, we don't even need to tell anyone. Everyone knows about the airband. It is insane. You just get clean top end, especially if you go into it with, or if you go into a sort of a tape plug-in with it, or you go into something which has a bit of a roll-off, and you push that top end. The way I always work is I go from that into the high-frequency compressor here.
Okay. Oh, wow.
And so that gives a little roll-off, and then I can just bang this up,
That's
and then
clever.
they push against each other, and you just get the most beautiful top end
That's
without
clever.
any stress. But the 2 that kill me on this is the sub and the 40 hertz.
It's mad, isn't it?
They're so sick. They're so sick. And the mixer, Ben Bapti, he's just across, he's opposite me. If you don't know Ben Bapti, mixer Strokes, mix the new Lily Allen record, mix Rex Orange County, he's sick.
Yeah.
But he's going to borrow this because he wants to get into it. But he's used it once, and like he was the same. The sub and the 40 hertz is where it's at. It's crazy.
Literally, I think
Like, just a little bit of it. It's not even
looking
a
at
lot, just-
yours, how did I have mine? I think I ended up doing, I remember where this is. I think I ended up doing 6.
Yeah.
And I think I did 2.5 because I didn't like this, because this grabs a lot below that. That felt like 1K and stuff. And I think I went 1, 2, 1, 2.
Yep, 100%.
And I think that's literally how I had it.
Exactly what I always did. So I always did 2.5, but I used 2.5 here.
Yeah.
And because I was using 20 a lot on this.
Yeah.
Especially on all the R&B stuff that would come in that required that top end.
Yeah.
I would be using that as like my sort of cheap top end sort of thing. I love this EQ. I will forever have these in my studio. Like, I'm never not going to have these Maag. The plug-in is really good, the little one. I don't like the new big one they brought out.
It's very different.
It's different. The little one I love, but yeah, this, it's just so sick. And then I guess we'll bypass this because we'll come to this section afterwards because it kind of involves everything.
Yeah.
We've got the Obsidian up here.
Thanks for recommending.
Yes, of course. The Obsidian is great, SSL style VCA compression, but it's more than that. It's kind of a bit more sort of like very mewy than
I've noticed
the usual SSL style compressor. And then also it's got this really cool nuke setting as well.
Which I haven't used yet.
I was going to say, I very rarely use it, but when you do need to like smash drums and have it on a parallel, it's actually really good.
Okay.
I love this compressor. I just think it's just like juicy and just gooey.
Interestingly, though, you do have the Stam, which is also an SSL. So
Yeah. So this Stam, so I've had 2 of these. So I used to have this, but without the transformer. This one has the transformer. I bought it thinking I can just get them to retrofit a transformer in it. So I had it for a bit, loved it. Messaged them and they were like, oh no, we don't do retrofits. You have to buy it with it. So I sold my one to my next door neighbour.
Yeah.
And then I bought this. So this is an SSL style compressor and it does it really, really well. Incredibly well. But I have this, because it's got the Carnhill, kind of makes it into a 33609 sort of vibe.
Sick.
Yeah, close to that. But it sounds incredible. Obviously, SSL have their own versions of this, and there are loads of versions. But as far as if you just want an SSL bus compressor, this is the closest thing I've heard. And I say that as someone who sits in front of an SSL for like 40% of my adult life.
Yeah, because before you did this, you was an SSL guy, right?
Yeah, fully SSL, yeah, that's right. And in fact, the last record I mixed on an SSL, this was the bus compressor. I didn't use the SSL. I didn't use the SSL compressor because I always found the SSL compressor took away a bit of stereo image, and it did a bit of roll off on the bottom that I'd rather do it myself. So I usually have this set to like 60 on the high pass filter, and then attack at 10, release at 3, the usual ratio at 4, usual like SSL bus compressor stuff. So I just keep it there. I don't usually fiddle with it.
Nice.
The Fusion is great. I generally just use the high frequency compressor, as I said. It helps me crank that top and the Maag. I use the width quite a bit. I think it's a really interesting sound when you get it right. The transformer's a weird one because I always feel like the transformer adds in top end.
Yeah.
As opposed to what you would assume a transformer does, but it's very subtle as well. The only issue with this is the vintage drive. It sounds great, but it introduces so much noise.
Yeah, that's the one thing everyone says.
I listen back to a lot of records I did where I was using that and the noise on them. It's just a wonder the clients didn't come back to me and go, you can get rid of this noise, because I wouldn't have been able to. But yeah, I do. The Violet EQ is usable. It's definitely usable. And on occasion, I'll instantiate it, but it's mainly the high frequency compressor. But going back to the Maag, I had 2 Maags, and I wish I had 2 now, because the plan going forward, if I do get another Maag,
mid-side,
because this has an insert point. You can go in, insert, and then you've got options to make it a mid-side module.
So that would be a mid-side Maag EQ. That's crazy. Different air on the sides to the mids. Oh my days, bro.
And then Phoenix. Again, this is something that's been on every mix I've done for the last 5 years.
Really, like, sell this to me, because the thing is, even the mastering guy I use, he's got one.
Yeah.
Back in the day, I used to see all Jay Reynolds videos, and he swore by this. But I've actually never heard one, and I've actually never even listened to examples of it online.
Insane. It's true, there aren't a lot of it. It's funny, with a lot of this gear, you don't hear a lot of it working online, do you?
I find the better the equipment, the less examples online there are.
Gatekeeping, that's why. That's
100%.
There's a lot of gatekeeping. Even you go online and try and find stuff about Terry, it's like it's minimal. This unit, so this isn't the mastering version, which I wish I got.
What's the difference? Just the step knobs?
There's step knobs and there's a bit more headroom. The mastering version, so I've been told, sounds slightly different, slightly better, which is insane because this sounds incredible. I don't use this to compress. I very rarely compress with it. Sometimes I'll use one side to compress vocals.
What are you doing? Just like a tube stage?
Literally just box tone.
Nice.
And it's weird because I've always done that, like just because I just have.
Yeah.
And then I've slowly found out loads of mastering engineers just have it for box tone.
Yeah.
They just have it and run through it. It sounds insane. It adds a dimension top and bottom. Just space. It just adds space around everything that your sweet spot just gets massive. So I just have it on. So it's actually coming out of the desk because I tweak it so little. It's probably going to go in that rack over there.
Nice.
And I'll probably put the curve bender in here.
Where is your curve bender?
It's on loan. It's on loan at the moment. Yeah, but I'm getting it back on Thursday. Yeah, I've got quite a few things out on loan, and you know the maddest thing
You've got a little loan system. Do you charge people? Or?
No, I don't, because I'm an idiot.
Hey, bro, no, man. Don't change your system yet. I want to borrow some things, bro.
The maddest thing about putting stuff out on loan is you forget who you've given stuff to.
No, facts.
And it's sometimes people don't come back to you and go, when do you want your thing? It's like, who's got this?
You just reminded me that people have things like speakers, old speakers that I forgot about it.
So
as far as they're concerned, it's theirs.
I had a tape recorder, like a cassette tape. I really need it. I can't remember who I lent it to, but I know I lent it to someone.
Bro.
And I can't remember who. And like those things you just can't find anymore. So we'll go back to the middle. So this is the hub of the room.
Is that Hermes?
This is the Hermes, yeah. The Hermes and the DMC made by SPL, they're incredible.
This quality is insane, bro.
Man, just feed it.
What's it? Resistance?
Oh my God.
Tension?
The tension is incredible.
Bloody
just
hell,
imagine
bro.
recording to tape or recording in here,
and then hearing it.
This is your gain. You've got all this accuracy.
Mad. It's crazy, bro.
Honestly, I was saying to a mate yesterday, this is my favourite thing in the studio. The fact that when I'm recording, I'm like, I can get a little bit more gain. Just get a little bit more gain. All these tiny increments. This is made for mastering, so it's super well built. And obviously, you've got your sources here, which is incredible, which you can basically, if you've got a mix and you've got the demo mix, you can have the demo on here, you can have your mix on here, etc., etc. You've got record side, so if I'm printing to tape, this is controlling everything I'm printing to tape, if you know what I mean. You've got your sort of monitoring side, so all my speakers, you can get 4 sets of speakers on there, headphone output, so that plugs into this button, your sub there. It's all just really beautifully built, you know. Yeah, and then you've got the Hermes. So back in the day, what got me to buy this was Howie Weinberg. I'm a big fan of Howie Weinberg, who mastered all the Nirvana records and Red Hot Chili Peppers and stuff. And he ran an old DMC. And they used to, basically the DMCs were like these big silver boxes. They looked weird. And so it was, you had the DMC and they had their switcher as well, which was the Hermes. And all the hardware is piped into these, right? So the way I've set it up is the Stam is A, and then you go that way and it goes A, B, C, D. So B is the Fusion, C is the
D.
Exactly.
Yeah, E,
so
F.
it's
Nice.
really basic because I'm an idiot, like I said, so I need it to be as simple as possible. And literally, I can order my plugins however I want. And I can save chains of orders.
Just to clarify, when he says plugins, he's referring to these as his plugins.
But the reason I said plugins, which was a bit of a slip, but I literally can use them like plugins.
Yeah.
And that's what the Hermes allows me to do. It sort of takes away the faff of patching in and patching out.
How would you change the order though? So if that's on A and that's on C, like
so
how would
basically,
you?
you've got, first of all, you've got to store. So if you make a chain, you can store your chain.
Yeah.
Then you can go new, and then you can go B as number 1. Right, then you can go A as number 2. So the order in which you press them is how you set it up. And the beauty of this, the most amazing thing, right, for me, some people might not be, is that I can say, look, I can hit on, let's use C, I can hit on my Phoenix, and I've got it doing some mad compression. And I can click 1, that instantly makes this knob a parallel mix knob to this. So then I can literally make any of these have a mix knob here.
This
and
is
I can blend
crazy.
in. And it's just that easy.
That's
it's
mad.
amazing. And also, obviously, sonically, they're incredible. They've got this thing called 120 volt technology, which is just super clean. It's hard to explain. Just working through them, definitely everything just sounds bigger and cleaner. Might be a placebo thing, but I feel like I've been doing this long enough to know when I'm hearing something, when it sounds... when it sounds like I've got more space. That's what these do. And it's just brain dead simple. But yeah, I love that. And yeah,
Bro,
what else
no,
we
bro,
got?
you can't skip over all these plaques, bro.
I mean,
Come on, man. You gonna hang them? Oh, you gotta wait for
I
your
am going to,
acoustics.
but I've got to wait for all the stuff. So yeah, at this present juncture. So I got this one, Jax Jones, that was given to me by Jax, lovely guy. And then obviously this is my own one. So that was given to me. So the rule is, I found out in labels, if you go gold, you get them for free.
Yeah.
If it's silver, you got to pay for that.
Okay.
And then if you go platinum and you've already gone gold, you've got to pay for the next one. Like, so you only get the gold one for free.
They want a piece of that platinum money.
So I didn't find out until like I had this Jess Glynn hit.
Yeah.
Here,
What hit was that?
it's Hold My Hand, which is a hit again now, isn't it? It's like become a meme.
What was it? What was your
The Jet 2
involvement on
Holidays
that?
on. I did the drum production on it.
Amazing.
Yeah. It was one of those weird ones where I've worked a lot with that.
Right, so what? All these Jet 2 holidays is hitting nice, bro.
Yeah, it's crazy. It's funny because I don't have publishing on it, but I've got like a royalty.
Still though, you'll
And
get
it's-
something, man.
perked up in the last year. It's probably going to be crazy next year because of
Nice.
this. But this was a weird one because the label just like contacted me, and they were like, the drums on this one, we just want you to touch it and just like make it black. I think they said something like
Yeah,
that
bro,
to me.
they always
So
say
I'm
this,
just like,
bro.
yeah, all right,
Come on,
I'll
you're
just do
really spilling the industry beans today, bro.
it. The guy who hooked me up with, he's a don.
Yeah.
Shout out to Twin. He's
Yeah.
a cool guy, man. I think he's the boss now, so yeah, definitely. He's
Dope.
But yeah, there's a ton of plaques there. Like, I can't even remember who. One tiny.
What is it about plaques that makes people just... They all kind of... Any video you see online, they're sitting on the floor in a corner and it's always, I can't even remember.
Yeah,
What
you
is
know
it?
what?
It's like by the time... Is it this level of stress that it took to even get through this
You know what,
process?
the crazy thing is, like, the records that gave me stress, I don't have plaques for. The only one that gave me stress, Shot Sunshine, stressed me out.
Okay.
And I got a plaque for that, thank God. But, like, when you're working with other people, you kind of just do your job and then you keep it stepping.
Yeah.
So, like, for instance, this one with Florence, this was my first ever cut. Like, I literally had just come in the industry. I did, like, about a week with her. And I never thought it was going to be massive. I thought she was incredibly gifted.
Yeah.
And I thought she was definitely going to do well. And I remember my girlfriend at the time coming in and listening in the studio going, that girl's going to do really well.
Yeah.
But I didn't think it was going to sell millions like it did. So yeah, that was my first cut. But then like one with this Tiny Temper one,
Yeah.
I just turned up that day.
What is the Tiny Temper one?
Song featuring Tinashe called Text from My Ex.
Yeah.
It was a hit about
Oh yeah.
10
Yeah,
years
yeah,
ago
yeah.
maybe.
Dance one.
Yeah, well, we kind of like aped. This was basically my input.
Yeah.
Get to the studio. Jax is producing it. I'm not producing it.
Yeah.
But Jax said, "Oh, can you come to the studio? I need some support, just like to do the session." I get there, and Tiny's there with his boys. They're doing their thing. Jax is making a dance record.
Yeah.
Because that's what he's been brought there to do.
Yeah.
But then the vibe is feeling like they don't want a dance record.
Yeah.
Like it's just in the air. And remember, it was the Running Man challenge was happening at the time.
Yeah.
So I'm sitting on the sofa with Tiny, and I just showed him like the runner. I've said, "Have you seen this? Like, I reckon we should do something like this."
Mad.
And then Tiny's like, "Yo, we should do something like this." And I said it to Jax, and then we started building the beat, and then we did another day just me and Jax on our own till like 4 a.m.
Yeah.
Then a few weeks later, Tiny's like saying, "Oh, Tinashe's going to get on it," and yeah, and it's a hit. But it's one of those things. I just came in and went. It's like,
Yeah.
you know,
Of course.
Whereas, and the Just Glynn thing was like one day. I get a text saying, "Can you do this?" Did it. Then I had to send all the stems to the mixer. Forget.
Would you say that though? I mean, I know the answer, but I'm asking it for all YouTube.
Yeah.
Is it a result of all the work that had already been put
100%.
in for you to then get that one phone call?
Oh,
and in one day?
right. Yeah. I think so. You got to get trust of people, isn't it?
Yeah.
There's a hell of
Because people are calling you direct for that.
But that's it. I mean, I didn't talk to any label. It's like the label president called me.
Yeah.
But there's a hell of a lot of talented people in the music industry. A hell of a lot. Like, there's so many talented people doing so many good things. And yeah, being in that sort of like rarefied position where you get that call, it's just because someone trusts you to deliver. It's not because you're better than anybody, because I'm definitely not. Like, I've met so many people more gifted than me that probably haven't had the chance to be in those positions where they've got those, you know, direct lines. But yeah, I just got the call. I've had so many records like that and worked with so many great artists from being in the morning, just getting a call from someone, can you get on this today?
Yeah.
And if I said no, it would have gone to somebody else, you know?
Yeah.
Some of them I've said no to. But yeah, I mean, obviously my most treasured plaque is Sunshine.
Because that's all you, man. That's your single, bro. That your name, your brand, everything.
Exactly,
bro.
yeah. And that was such a stress making that record. In fact, that record was the time I said to myself, I'm never working on my own on anything again.
What happened?
Because it was just stress. It was just hard to do. It was a hard record to finish. Also, when I finished it, I didn't back it up, and my drive and laptop got stolen, so I lost the whole song. I had to start again, and I had an original demo, so I had to rebuild it again from the original demo, just remembering production and everything. Thankfully, Dan Ankara, who sings on it, he done part of the production, so there was a lot of like
things that were there,
listening bits that were there. It's like, okay, I can build it again from this, but yeah, it's a stressful song. So when I think about it, it wasn't a fun time. But
that's mad though, because like because obviously you don't know in that moment, I have to finish this, I have to put the effort in because this is going to be a number one song and it could change my life. But what's driving you during that time to just finish it?
Yeah, I'll be brutally honest. In that moment, I was probably in my worst financial position. I was probably in my least sort of like excited position to create music. So I'd signed a very big deal to Atlantic. I released this single here, Sing That Song. It was with Emanike and Celeste Waite. And it was like touted to be a massive hit. We had this big F&F advert, and at the time, if you had an F&F advert, you had a hit.
What's F&F?
They're like a clothing brand that Tesco's did. Okay. And everyone who got the music for that advert would have a hit the next year. But it was also came out the same week streaming started for the charts. So on the midweeks, I was at like number 6 or something like that. But then on the Sunday, we were number 32. So the song, and then by the end of the week charts, I was like number 90, which is a disaster. So, I mean, that's actually quite good. I'd love to have a number 90 all the time, but
relative to your pressure, the deal,
it wasn't right. So I was on the verge of getting dropped, and I had the demo of Sunshine, and I knew it was a hit. So I said, like, I didn't care what the label did, whether they dropped me or kept me. I didn't care. But I said to them, look, I've got this song. We can do this next. or, you know, we can keep it stepping. And they were like, you know what, we'll keep it stepping. So they actually they paid me to leave. They gave me like, they gave me like 10 grand. I mean, to release a single, they gave me like 70 grand. So they basically lost 80, 90 grand.
Yeah.
They probably paid 60 for the video. They lost nearly 200 grand. Didn't have a hit. Paid me to leave. I took Sunshine with me. And I used that 10 grand to finish that song, to like just get it done. I had Mark Ralph do the mix and additional production, paid him. And then Ministry licensed it.
Wow.
And it's one of those things where my friend, he's a good friend of mine, he probably won't mind me saying this. He was the A&R Atlantic when they turned that down. And so when it was a big hit, it was dark times, and they were all watching it going, oh my God, we just paid him to leave and we could have had it.
Yeah.
But yeah, basically, it was a dark
Which goes
time.
to show that just because they don't always have it right, bro. If anything, they're wrong more than they're right.
More often than not, they don't, man. I could tell you so many things, but you know, more often than not, they don't. Look, I mean, I had to finish that because I needed the money.
Yeah.
I needed to pay my bills, so it's like I needed that. If anything, I needed that song to work. If that song didn't work, I would probably be in a different career. Like, it was a pivotal moment for me.
What is it about that? So many people's story before their massive record, toughest time, toughest financial time, they either had to make it or they were going to quit or they had to do so. And it's at that moment for a lot of people, they get that breakthrough.
100%. I definitely, with that record, it's like, bro, I need this to work, otherwise I'm done with this game.
Yeah.
And then weirdly, it worked, it popped off, and my career changed. You know what I mean? It's kind of like, I was getting calls, I was getting mixed jobs, I was getting production jobs, and, you know, it sort of like changed more. And it's not the biggest hit I've got. That's the weirdest thing.
Mad.
It was a big hit, but it's not the biggest hit, but it changed my life more than any of the other records, if you know what I mean. So,
yeah, of course.
Yeah, man.
Well, bro, I actually want to spend some time with this guy now, not just filming him with a camera in his face. So we're going to geek out now, bruv, and listen to copyright music that will get me striked down, bruv. So, all right, man, let's jump into this.